Behind me here on Newport Beach is the carcass of a 12-metre subadult male humpback whale that came ashore, washed in with the large seas and high tides in the very early hours of this morning. The animals washed ashore, washed over the seawall that you can see behind me into one of the local swimming pools. We currently have a 45-metre exclusion zone around the animal. That's set up for the safety of the public, to ensure that no one goes into a dangerous situation. Being a whale carcass and weighing around 25 to 30 tonnes, these are particularly dangerous times. They can float and roll around very easily. We wouldn't like to see anyone injured or hurt themselves on it, so we've set up an exclusion zone for the safety of the public. Since the animal has reached some popularity down here on the beach, we've had 200 or 300 people at any one time. Possibly thousands of people have seen the animal already today. So humpbacks are impressive animals. It's a beautiful time of the year to see the animals during their migration. It is unfortunate that some of those animals aren't going to make that. They're not going to finish that migration through disease or through just inability. It may not have had a good feed when it was in the Antarctic. It may not have been exposed to good feeding grounds. And so the animals passed away offshore and have been washed in by those strong ocean currents. National Parks and Wildlife are currently working closely with Council to assess and undertake the safe removal of the carcass from the beach here at Newport. That will be done, that will be achieved overnight by firstly removing the hand railing that you can see behind me. That's been undertaken now. The larger seas that come in overnight, the 1.9 metre tide is expected at about 8 p.m. this evening, and we're expecting that will wash the carcass out over the wall of the sea, over the seawall and back onto the beach. It may well take it back out to sea. If it doesn't, that's not a problem. If it washes up on the beach here tomorrow, our backup plan, if it washes back on the beach here tomorrow, our plan will be to work closely with Council and cut the carcass up into smaller segments and remove it to a waste disposal authority. There are several reasons why we wouldn't undertake the removal of this carcass by towing it out to sea. One of those is that it would present a hazard to shipping, perhaps, offshore if it was returned out there. The other reason, and clearly behind me with this large sea, it is extremely dangerous to attempt to tow a 25 or 30 tonne animal offshore with the dangers of the large sea. So the beach is probably closed because of the danger to swimmers from the surf. The animal itself, the carcass, doesn't present any dangers to the community per se, except if you're in close proximity to it with the carcass rolling around. And so the beach will remain closed here for the next 12 to 24 hours whilst that carcass is here, because of the danger if that carcass did come over the sea wall by a large wave and may roll around.